Hey everyone, welcome to Film Freaks.
A show for film fun and all things entertainment.
I am Jesse Galan.
That's right, and I am Avi Flores.
And today we're recapping 3% episode 3 and 4.
3 y 4.
I'm almost positive that was Spanish.
Alright, yeah, let's get into it. Episodes 3 and 4. Like I had thought, this series is good. It just keeps getting better. Episodes 3 and 4, we get more character development, more backstory on some of these characters, who I am really enjoying. I'm liking these characters, this cast, everything that's going on. So what was the highlight for you in episode 3?
Episode 3, man. Honestly, the biggest highlight was getting to understand more of Joanna's character and why she's very isolated, or has isolated herself from the rest of the group. And even though she has been contributing a tad bit, which is really what this episode is really about, is her backstory and almost taking charge, almost like she can become the leader, or at least the second leader to this group that she's in.
Yeah, the tunnel sequence was pretty cool. Like, I love when they saw some of the candidates walking out, and a girl had pissed her pants, and I'm like, what the heck are they about to get into? And then once you see them get into the tunnel and release the gas, and it's like their greatest fears are coming alive. It was pretty good. I mean, a lot of them handled it. I mean, pretty much all of them didn't really know what to do or couldn't handle it. And I mean, for some odd reason, Joanna just kind of snapped out of it. She made sense of it, what was going on, and she got them all through, because they couldn't. If they all didn't pass to get to the other side, then everybody was eliminated.
This scene kind of reminded me. Batman fan here. Okay, everything revolves around Batman. When the League of Shadows trained Bruce and in the hallucinogen. This gives them the fear, their most greatest fear, which is what the gas was doing.
Right.
It was creating a fear, or showing their fears, or facing their fears. And this trial wasn't necessarily to see if they were capable of something physical or mental. It was more to see whether or not they can face their fears and still move forward.
Right.
And Joanna, and I think this is probably why she was able to overcome her fears, is because she was brought up in the streets. She suffered so much and went through so much that even though she was facing her fears, she kept pushing through, even though she wasn't quite sure why she was pushing through until the very end, and then had to go back and help the rest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a really well-developed character.
Yeah, and then we get the reveal that Ezequiel actually has a son. I don't think he literally said it, but obviously, I mean, you put two and two together,
the assumption, definitely, I think that's his son.
Yeah, he has a kid, which really blows my mind, because his kid is living out, in the real world, suffering and struggling. So it just makes me curious as to, did he mess around with a former candidate who tried to get in and didn't come through, or before, when he was growing up, before he was put in his position, did he have a kid? Because a lot of these, or as you reveal, I'm not sure if this is in the next episode, but some of these people, or some of these candidates have had kids at a really young age, before they even get to the process. So maybe this kid was before that.
I don't know. I feel like the kid is too young for that kid to have any kind of past.
Right.
And they do mention a lot about his wife, so it brings me to believe what happened to his wife. Did his wife actually make it through the process? Did she make it to the process and then get pushed back and sent back because of something? I don't know, because there's a lot of elements that are still mysterious.
Yeah.
We know that Aline, she's trying to find some dirt on Ezequiel.
Oh, yeah.
And Ezequiel is very mysterious. And every time they bring up the wife situation, I don't know if she died or what's the situation with that, but he gets all in his chest.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what actually really happened, and whether that kid is his or not. I feel like it is, because he's so passionate and so with the kid. So I feel like it is his, but I don't know. I feel like they're trying to throw us into a little surprise.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what exactly why they're trying to overthrow him and get him kicked out and all that. And then, so from the tunnel, we get led directly right into the next episode, which we were talking, and I think it's the best episode, the halfway point of the season. where you really get to see a lot from a lot of the different characters, which was really great, really great. They were in this whole bunker thing, so I thought it was excellent. Like I love this episode.
It was a smooth transition. At the end of the tunnel, they were so mentally exhausted and physically exhausted from the hallucinogen, and then they go rest in the bunkers, and then when they wake up, they're expecting for them to come out, and they never do. So when they go explore, they find out they're stuck in this tunnel, and they have to figure out how to overcome this.
Yeah, and I love that Marco steps up right away as the leader, and he organizes them. They figure out the whole pulley system. They start bringing food
instantaneously.
Yeah, and then it starts to get a little choppy and kind of falls apart, and you get to see some true colors from a lot of the different characters, which I really loved.
Yeah, I mean, so what happens is that Marco's discovered it almost instantaneously.
Yeah.
So Ezekiel was like, whoa, they worked so well together. Everybody, or one of the members of the crew that's watching over them says everybody should pass because they work so well. Ezekiel's like, no, it's only 3%. So let's change it up a bit.
Switch up the situation.
And forces everybody to work so hard and get no reward.
Yeah.
And then eventually he throws everything out.
Yeah.
All at the same time, which really shifts the power role.
Yeah.
Marco having the power of the leadership to, at that point, Michelle taking over and actually helping everybody. And he gets all in his chest about it.
Yeah, like when they start dividing up the food, Marco's like, you could tell that he's kind of not liking the situation. And then he starts forming a group trying to get out. And, he just kind of goes down the spiral and starts becoming more of a tyrant. And then he forms a group. They start a little riot, and Michelle kind of gathers some of the troops in her bunker, and they try to fortify it. And I love the reveal of Raphael.
Big spoiler right here. So if you don't mind minor spoilers, it's a big spoiler point. FYI.
Yeah, that he's actually part of the Causa, which she whispered it, or he whispered it to Michelle, which got him past like their little barricade. And once you didn't have to hear it; you knew it right away. Like what else would he have said to get him on the other side? And it was crazy to see Marco just kind of fall apart. Where in the beginning of the episode he showed so much prominence to be a leader and just taking charge, and then it falls apart on him majorly.
I think it was more so like his character of being every single family member has passed through, so the self-entitlement got the very best of him, and you can see his entitlement just go so high up where he's like, what, I deserve it more than everybody, and I know I'm gonna get it, so screw you everybody, I'm gonna abuse and just become a tyrant. And
and then they show Joanna climbing out through the tunnel, and then she gets up there with Ezequiel, and I love how he kind of pushes her, nudges her, you need to be the savior of this process, which what Jay was saying about episode 3, where you kind of see her development, and she can really be a leader, but she's really distant because of what she's gone through and the pain that she carries. So I love that he nudges her in that direction, and she goes in and frees the captives, and they just beat them.
Beat them to a bloody pulp. For a second, I thought Stone Cold Steve Austin was going to come out and repeat his Steve 316 there for a minute.
Gosh, they
whooped the crap out of them.
They laid it on them, and I love that Ezequiel was like, no, we have to wait until this whole situation is done, because he wanted to eliminate them. And again, maybe this is why they want to kick him out, because they don't like some of his antics and the way he goes about things, but at that point, me and Jay were like, yeah, get him.
His antics are very extreme, and I think that's why he's under investigation. Mm-hmm. But I'm also this is where I think where he might be part of the cause, where the kid comes in too. He might be the assumption is that he might be letting somebody of the cause go through, so that because there's a murder that took place and they're trying to figure out, so they probably think he's in cahoots with the cause, which I don't know if he is, but I'm starting to get a feeling that he might have something to do with letting certain groups of people in. So
yeah, it was good. I love the way the episode ended. They overturned Marco and his crew. They pretty much killed them all.
And even Raphael's character, such a turn where he went
big time
from an asshole to not necessarily a jerk. He was just part of the cause, and he was like, I may be a jerk, but I still wouldn't commit murder. I wouldn't go that far. So So it's definitely a nice
Yeah,
twist.
it'll be interesting to see if his character stays in that, jerk like asshole kind of role, because really only Michelle knows what his true identity is. So I wonder if he'll still be playing that part throughout the series. So it'll be interesting to see how it moves forward. I love the way it ended. They all got out, and then
they're in the garden.
Yeah,
or the
Ezekiel is
dirt,
right there waiting for him. So there's only 4 episodes left, and man, it's progressed nicely.
I believe 9% is left, or
there was a little over, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there where he says maybe about 9% is left.
Yeah.
So, well, it's interesting to see what's going to happen in the last 4 episodes.
Yeah,
so.
and we've really come to love the characters that are left. So it's like, oh man, now it's going to be nitty gritty on who really gets.
Predictions, only one makes it.
Yeah, probably Michelle. All right, guys, thanks a lot.
All right, guys, thanks for watching our episode.
Yeah, if you liked our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, you can double click on the thumbs down. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.
Right on. And check us out on our other social media outlets at Instagram and Twitter. And please tweet us at FF Media News.
Or you can engage with us through our email at ffmedianews@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, guys.